everybody! How are you doing today? I'm Andressa, your online teacher for Shake It Up. Today's lesson is habits. We are going to talk about the habits you have in your life. So, are you ready? Let's start. What are good habits to have? Habits are rituals and behaviors we perform automatically, allowing us to carry out essential activities such as brushing our teeth, taking a shower, getting dressed for work, and following the same routine every day without thinking about them. So, what are some good habits you have? Here are some examples. My good habits are drinking water every day, eating healthy food, and reading every night for 30 minutes. My good habits are exercising every day and studying for 2 hours. My good habits are practicing meditation, doing skincare, and being punctual. What about you? What are some good habits you have? How can you stop a bad habit? Everyone has bad habits. Some are pretty useful, but other habits, such as biting your nails, drinking too much caffeine, hitting snooze too many times, might not be so beneficial. But how can you stop a bad habit? Here are some examples. You can stop a bad habit by recognizing it and slowly trying to change it. You can stop a bad habit by replacing it for a different one. You can stop a bad habit by starting small, changing one habit at a time. So for you, how can you stop a bad habit? What are some good and bad habits? As we talk, we all have habits. They might be good, moving us toward our goal, making us feel better and happier, or being bad, blocking us, slowing us down, and making us feel bad about ourselves and our lives. But what are some good and bad habits? Here are some examples. Doing physical activities is a good habit, while sleeping all day long is a bad habit. Drinking water is a good habit, while drinking alcohol is a bad habit. Reading a book is a good habit, while biting your nails is a bad habit. Now it's our turn. Can you give me some examples of good and bad habits? Do you think fishing is a boring hobby? Fishing is the process of catching a fish, either for sustenance, as a business, or for a sport. It's an activity that many people enjoy because you have fun either alone or with your friends and family. And it's also a great opportunity to enjoy outdoors. But do you think fishing is a boring hobby? Here are some examples. I don't think fishing is boring because it's fun to be outdoor enjoying the nature. I think fishing is boring because you have to wait for a long time to catch a fish. What about you? What do you think? Is it fishing a boring hobby? Do you sleep in class? Sleeping in class is common for students of any age. Late night studying, long hours on a job, sitting in a warm classroom after a big lunch, a long evening class, or simply finding the teacher or subject matter boring can contribute to a classroom sleepiness. What about you? Do you sleep in class? Let me give you some examples of how you can answer to this question. I never sleep in class because I like my classes and my teachers. I sometimes sleep in class because I feel tired. I always sleep during my evening classes. What about you? Do you sleep in class? What are some habits that can improve your English ability? Learning a language can be a challenge, and we have to accept that making progress takes time and effort. And building good learning habits can make your lessons more productive. But what are some habits that can improve your English ability? Here are some examples. Watching movies in English is a habit that can improve your English ability. Studying every day and reading English books can improve your English ability. Listening to English songs can help you improve your English ability. Now tell me, what are some other habits that can improve your English ability? It's always being late a bad habit? A lot of people have made lateness a permanent habit in their lives. They are always late to work, to every appointment, to meetings, and everything else. So, do you think it's always being late a bad habit? Let me give you some examples. Yes, being late is a bad habit because it means you are irresponsible. Yes, being late is a bad habit and it can make people stop trusting you. Yes, being late is a bad habit because it can make you less productive. So what's your opinion? Is always being late a bad habit? Is it easy to get rid of a bad habit? We talked about good and bad habits and how bad habits can jeopardize your life and your health. But do you think it's easy to get rid of a bad habit? Here are some examples. I don't think it's easy because some people have some habits for a long time. I don't think it's easy because bad habits are part of our daily life and changing might be very difficult. Yes, I think it's easy if you put some effort to get rid of your bad habit. What about you? Do you think is it easy to get rid of a bad habit? What habits should you have to have a successful life? Most people have habits, but successful people tend to have more of the kinds of habits that contribute to their success. So, what habits should you have to have a successful life? Here are some examples. Having a consistent wake-up routine, including exercise in your routine, taking control of your finances. These are all good habits that can help you. But can you share with me others? What habits should you have to have a successful life? How can you develop a good habit? We talk about good habits, bad habits, habits to make your life a success, how to get rid of habits. And what about developing good habits? How can you develop a good habit? Let me help you with some examples. Identify the habit and commit to include the habit in your routine. Start with a simple habit that is so easy you cannot say no. Focus on building a routine. But I want to hear about you now. What habits can you develop? This is the end of this video lesson. I hope you enjoyed talking about the habits we have in our lives. Thank you so much for watching this video and learning with Mango E. I'm your teacher Andressa, and I will see you on our next lesson. Bye bye!